Can you just imagine how the excitement would continue to build day after day? Moses, the servant of God, was now gone. A young man by the name of Joshua was now the one who was in charge. I say young compared to Moses. And now the commandment is coming forth. Prepare your victuals, it says. Get ready to move. The cloud is about to move. And we're going to cross this mighty river. And so they set out 2 men to spy the situation out. And they were there in the city of Jericho. And they had been a report to say, hey, there are spies in the land. And the authorities were searching them out. And they come to the house of a woman by the name of Rahab. Now, Rahab would best be described as a woman of the streets. But she had heard what had happened to other tribes and other nationalities that had gone against this great army of people of the Israelites. And they knew that it was inevitable that Jericho was going to fall. And so she saw her opportunity here because these 2 men needed refuge. And she provided them refuge and she hid them from the authorities. You see, this just makes me think about people who live in desperate times. People who live in societies that are just evil. And nobody would recognize the true and the living God. They live their lives separate from anything that would be of a spiritual content. And here you may be living in the midst of all of that. And perhaps you're one who is somewhat curious about spiritual things. And perhaps you haven't had a whole lot of training about it, but yet your spirit rejects all of this depravity that's all around you. And something happens in your life that causes you to have a glimpse of perhaps there's something more in this world than what I see all around me. And so as a result of that, this person responds to what I believe is the activity of God. And here, God is showing this woman that there's hope in the midst of all of this impending doom. There's hope. And God has provided it through these 2 men. And what came forth out of this is that these 2 men said to her, look, we're going to provide you refuge and safety, but you've got to stay in this abode. Those of your family, bring them here, and you will be delivered when others will perish. And I find it amazing that this deal was sealed by that scarlet cord that hung from the window. You can read the scripture. It's amazing. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.